Hey friends, Mrs. Julia here. I'm going to go over solving equations with the variable on both sides when there's distribution. All right, so again, our vocab is all the same. We have terms, equations, variables, the coefficient, the number in front of the variable, and our constant, the number on its own. We have steps to help us with this. So first, we want to distribute or use powers of 10 or least common multiples to eliminate the rational numbers to simplify it in the beginning. Once we've done that, and we've either gotten rid of the decimals, gotten rid of the fractions, or completely distributed, then we box all our variables, including their signs, circle all constants, including their signs, and then, if it's necessary, combine those like terms. After we've done that, identify the smallest coefficient and apply the inverse operation. That'll make it so only one variable is on either side. And then we apply inverse operations to totally isolate the variable, okay? So I'm going to start with this first one. I have 3 times x minus 5 plus 1 equals 2 plus x. Okay, so we know I like to put my line through the center. That way, or through the equal sign, I should say. So that way I'm separating all of it, okay? I've got the side over here and the side over there. Then, if I'm going back to my steps, scrolling back up, I need to distribute or use powers of 10 or least common. Oh, I have distribution, so I'm going to do that first. All right, I'm going to take that positive 3, I'm going to distribute it to the x, and I'm going to distribute it to the negative 5. Not the plus 1, the plus 1's outside of the parentheses, so it doesn't matter right now. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. And then, oh yeah, nothing happened with that. So I just bring the plus 1 down, and I bring 2 plus x down, because I didn't do anything with them. All right. Now that I've done that, I don't have distribution, I don't have fractions, I don't have decimals. I'm going to box all my variables and circle my constants. Okay, well, 3x is a variable, so I'm going to box it. Negative 15, positive 1, 2x, there we go. Variable. Both my variables are boxed. Now I'm going to circle my constants. I have negative 15 and I have positive 1 and a 2. Oh, I have 2 circles on the same side. That means I have like terms that I can combine, sorry. So I'm going to combine those, okay? I'm going to do it in red, so I just like see the continuation. Okay, so negative 15 plus 1, negative 14. Yeah, okay, that's right. I had to like look at it, double check. Okay, 3x minus 14 equals nothing happened over here. 2 plus x. So I'm going to go back and box and circle again. So I make sure that I have everything separated. So 3x was boxed, x was boxed, and now negative 14 and positive 2 are circled. Okay, because remember I can only combine like terms. All right, now I can go to my next step, which is right up here. So identify the smallest coefficient. Remember that number in front of the variable, and apply the inverse operation so that one variable remains. Okay, so 3x or positive x, well, x is smaller than 3, so I'm going to subtract x from both sides. So that over here, that made 0, that's gone. 3x subtract x, oh, that's 2x. Nothing happened to the negative 14. Nothing happened to the 2. Okay, now this is a regular 2-step equation. We've practiced these. We can do this. But to keep it consistent, I'm still going to box my variable and circle my constants. So, whoops, I almost boxed it. Circle, circle. And then the whole thing, I've got to combine those constants together now. And I do that by the inverse operation. So negative 14, I need to make it the opposite. So I'm going to do plus 14 to both sides. Because guess what? Now that's gone. And I have 2x equals 2 plus 14 is 16. And then the only way to get that 2 off of it, because it's 2 times x, I need to divide. And I'm just going to keep it in black. I just need a little more room. Okay, I got this. Now I end up with x equals 16 divided by 2. Oh, that's positive 8. So that is my ending answer. I could go back through and substitute it to make sure it's accurate, but for time's sake, I'm not going to do that. So that's when it's just distribution. We don't have fractions, we don't have decimals. But you knew it was coming. I do have an example with a fraction. So this time I have distribution twice, but I have a fraction. And I want to get rid of that fraction by using the least common multiple of my denominators. Okay, oh, well, I only have one. So the least common multiple of 4 would be 4. If I had another fraction, like let's say 6, I would look for the smallest number that 4 and 6 can go into. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 6, 12. So then I would multiply the whole thing by 12. But I only have one denominator, so I'm going to multiply by 4. Okay, and I do this to get rid of the fraction, make it go away. And then when we were doing this with just rational numbers, we needed to multiply that number by every single term in the equation. We still are technically doing that, but because this 3/4 is being multiplied by x minus 13, since we're multiplying the 3/4, we are multiplying the x minus 13. So I don't need to multiply it by x and by negative 13. I shouldn't. Then I'm doing way too much. And I do need to multiply it by the negative 2 because it's the one attached to the x plus 9 plus x. If there was a number outside of any of those parentheses, I would have to multiply it by 4 also to keep it equal. All right, so now that I have this, I'm doing 4 times 3/4. Oh, well, those cross cancel. 4 goes into itself once, 4 goes into itself once. So now I'm just left with a 3. That was the whole reason I did this. 3 times x minus 13 equals, okay, well, when I do 4 times negative 2, oh, that's just negative 8. I know that. And then I got to keep what's in the parentheses. All right, this is why the 4 being multiplied by that number included the parentheses, because now I'm going to multiply that number by them. All right, so I've got to distribute now. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 13, oh, do I know that off the top of my head? 33, 36, 39. Oh yeah, 3 times 3. Negative 39, then negative 8 times 9, negative 8 times x, negative 8 times 9, I forgot my equal sign, is negative 72. Oh, I'm not in class for you guys to check my math. Negative 8 times x is negative 8x. All right, so I'm looking at this. It's time to box and circle. Box, circle, solve. And I just want to use black. I'm going to keep it one color, friends, just because it's taken me so long to go back and forth between those. So 3x is a variable. Negative 39 is not. Negative 70. Oh, negative 8x. And then negative 39, negative 72. I don't have anything I can combine. I have one box, one circle, one box, one circle. I don't have like terms on the same side. So now I'm focusing on that smaller coefficient, which is negative 8x, because it's a negative. So I'm going to add 8x. That's the inverse operation. And this is just going to make it so now I only have a variable on one side. I was not writing for a second. Okay. Trying to scroll. Okay. 3x plus 8x is 11x minus 39. Oh, come on. There we go. Equals negative 72. Okay. I've got a normal two-step equation here. I am going to box and circle, so I'm keeping that consistent. So we see those. Box my 11x, circle my negative 39, circle my negative 72. Just so I'm really visually separating my variables from my constants. Oh, and I need to combine those circles. I need to combine them by doing the inverse operation. Add 39, add 39. I'm going to continue this line in blue, it's fine. 11x equals, okay, I have a negative 72 plus 39. I have more negatives than positives, so this answer is going to be negative. And since they're different signs, I'm actually subtracting their absolute values. So I'm going to regroup here. 6, this becomes 12. 12 minus 9 is 3. And I could have used a calculator. 6 minus 3 is, oh, negative 33. Yes, that means this is going to work out perfectly. So since that's multiplication, I divide by 11 to get that x equals negative 3. So it started off yucky, right? There was a lot going on. And then, I mean, it was still a lot. And we slowly, just step by step, got it down to a simplified equation. 11x minus 39 equals negative 72 till 11x equals negative 33. We can do this. It does take time, and you have to do each step, and you have to be careful. We made a mistake in class, and our answer was totally wrong, and it was one negative sign that messed us up. But showing your work, trying your best, that's really going to get you to this point where maybe you are doing it perfectly, or maybe you make one tiny mistake, but you show me that by showing me your work. All right, message me if you guys have any questions. I'm here for you. I want you guys to feel successful at this, okay? Have an amazing day, an amazing weekend. I will see you guys.